ZGMF-X09A Justice Gundam from the series Mobile Suit Gundam SEED. Welcome to part 2 of my review of the RG Justice Gundam, and in this review we'll be looking at the weapons, accessories, and the backpack of the RG Justice Gundam. So let's get to it. Here are all the completed parts for the accessories, weapons, and the backpack for the RG Justice Gundam. Here is the backpack for the RG Justice Gundam. This is called the Fatum-00 or Fatum-00, spelled with an F rather than a PH. Just the only backpack unit of its design of the Fatum series for the Justice Gundam. The Infinite Justice has the Fatum-01, so if the numerical odds add up correctly, it's canon. So let's move on to the looks and articulation of this backpack. So again, very nice color separation here, like on the main kit. As you can see, the pink and the more satin purple here, and the gray and whites really line up really well with, especially with the yellow accents. So very nice color separation and a lot of panel line, as you can see. So while it has nice looks, let's get to the articulation. So for the cannons, the two main white cannons can go up about that far up, and then go all the way down. They have a, so you can focus in here, a peg to line up with a hole there, so they don't wiggle around so much. And you can twist them, like bend them a little bit with the soft plastic. That's the hinge, but I wouldn't want to risk that since these are very soft plastic and they can break easily. So be very mindful of that, as I already had put stress marks on these during construction. Other articulations, the tiny cannons here, they go about that far, and for rotation they do I would say a 300-degree rotation, where they rotate down the base there. So very good articulation for the tiny machine guns and cannons on the backpack. For these gray pieces here, they can open up. That was not supposed to happen, but they can open up to review or extend the how to say, platforms for the feet for the Justice Gundam to attach to when the Justice is riding on top of the backpack when it's, you need to make long distance transportation possible. So these pieces allow you to do it, but again, mine is pretty loose, but I think it's probably just my kit. I haven't seen it in any other kits for the RG Justice, so it seems to be something with my kit that's affecting it. And when these are open, the Justice backpack can open from left to right to spread out from the middle, which only happens, and you see this happen only when it's in this is detached from the backpack of the mobile suit itself. So when the Justice is riding on top, this will be spread out usually. So again, very nice articulations to how the slide mechanisms here lined up and work with also more additional panel lining. Works out really great. And then if you don't want to use it, close them back up. Pretty simple. Now for the wings, they have very nice articulation. So, for the main wing here, like at the hinge, 180, but then 360 rotation from the peg there, but then do some crazy angles. And inside there's a sliding mechanism as well, so you can slide forward and back, and there's a reason for that. So in the wing there is some pegs, so when you slide it forward, slide it back, and you push the peg here a little bit inwards, that peg here should line up with a peg there, and then with compressing that in, should keep it stable, don't wiggle around, and then keep the wings out like that. So again, do it with this wing as well. Slide it back, compress it in, and then push out from the center. Then you get the full Fatum-00 out and attached, just flying around, which is, I think, way better than aka the Rigaz's failed backpack design. Rip. So that's it for the Fatum-00 or the RG Justice Gundam's backpack. Let's move on to the next part of the review. Next we have the shield for the RG Justice Gundam. As you can see here, it's pretty much a exact copy of the RG Freedom Shield. It's just that they just swap all the dark navy blue with the satin purple, and the red with the gold here, and then white accents for everything else. like this entire kit, really good color separation with the different color parts, but also a lot of panel lining, especially for a shield. So much panel lining has to be done, especially with the back here. I'm a stickler, like if there's panel lines, I'll panel line it, and this shield has a lot of panel lines, especially in the back here, so that's very, very nice. Very detail oriented, like any other RG kit out on the market, but very nice looks. Visor holes for the Gundam to see through. Not that I've ever done that in the series itself. For the main moving parts of this shield is that here's the lower grip here. They have 3 pegs where they can attach at different points throughout the shield. So like if this was attached in the arm, the hand can hold on to the grip there. But usually you watch the Gundam series itself, Gundam SEED, you don't usually see the Justice or even the Freedom use that grip, but it comes in handy and does provide some nice poses. And then for the attachment point here, this peg here plugs into the arm. You have a bulge right there, go to 360, good rounded rotation, and a hinge here where the connection point, the peg goes into the arm hinge, so pretty good articulation. And where this peg goes, it plugs into the arm here. As you can see, there's 2 peg holes, and I think that's really, really innovative and cool on Bandai's part. As say, when you build the arms itself, there's no distinction of if it's a left or right arm, so you can't just switch these around sometimes. So then it will help line the shield up. So you use the furthest point closest to like one side. So this is the left arm. You use this furthest side of the point, and then it'll attach in there pretty solidly, and then stays in, which is very, very nice. So this is the shield for the RG Justice Gundam. So let's move on to the next part. Next we have the beam rifle for the RG Justice Gundam. Like the shield for the Justice, the beam rifle here is the exact same carbon copy of the beam rifle that comes with the Freedom. Rather than blue, it comes with the sand purple line here, white armored piece on top. And it's my little theory, but I think Bandai reused the beam rifle from the RG Ale Strike Gundam onto the Freedom and RG Justice Gundam beam rifles, because the back part of the stock, lower grips, and the lower part here look very similar from the line art. So if you have an RG kit of the Ale Strike, send me a picture of your beam rifle so I know what it looks like, because I think they're the same. But for the beam rifle itself, a lot of paneling opportunities, which I took advantage of. Very, very nice part separation and detail. For articulation, you only get the articulation in the foregrip there. So again, very nice. For connection points, you get a peg here to plug in the grip into the right hand, which is the Gundam is right hand dominant, and then a peg here. That peg will go into the back skirt. So the Justice is not using the beam rifle and using the Darth Maul beam sabers. That will attach into the back of the back skirt and then the Satyr securely. And you get a clear piece for the scope camera for the beam rifle. But other than that, a very, very nice detailed beam rifle with nice part separation and no stickers. So again, a very nice beam rifle. So let's move on to the next part of the review. Next we have the beam sabers for the RG Justice Gundam. You get 2 beam sabers and 2 beam effect parts. No articulation for the beam sabers themselves, but they do have some very nice paneling opportunities, and I took advantage of that. Used the gray paneling marker to bring us some of the accents there. I would say I think it's general for every beam saber on the market, for any Gundam kit, is that there are always bad nubs on beam sabers. I don't know why. I wish they could engineer that better, but some bad nubs on here. But you can forego that. For some of the attachment points, you get a peg on each beam saber that attaches into the hand, so it'll be gripped there securely. And then you also get these here, which can attach to each other to create the Darth Maul style beam saber. So very, very nice, very secure. It's not going to come off. And for the beam saber itself, you just need to attach it on. And yeah, so like that's a pretty big and menacing beam saber itself. Like, it's pretty long. Like, if I give an example, here's a Fatum-00 with it all expanded out, and give it from that point of view. There's like a good inch and a half of extra length that the Fatum-00 is bigger than the Beam Saber spread out itself with the Darth Maul style Beam Saber. So it's pretty big. So, and how the Beam Sabers will be stored is that once you detach these, again, very, very tight, so they're not coming off ever. They're stored in the side skirts of the RG Justice Gundam, and how I prefer to do it. So the door here opens on top, and then I'll attach the big end in first, secure it down, and it may take some fiddling to get it in, but once you get it in like that, close the door. It should be the door should be flush, and the beam saber should be mostly secure, and it's not coming out, so it's staying in. But in that, these are the beam sabers for the RG Justice Gundam. Next, we have the Justice Gundam's beam boomerangs. You get 2 of these, and along with 2 effect parts. The beam boomerangs itself would attach and detach from the shoulder armor itself, so this plugs in securely with some articulation. Just pop them out when you detach it, and they both can do this. Just open up like that, and you have a connection point to attach the effect part. So just find that connection point, and there you go. The beam boomerang, and how the Justice Gun can grip it is you see these pegs here on either side of this white part here can attach into the hands itself to grip it. So I like the added value. There's another peg on the other side. Both hands are holding these beam boomerangs, so very, very nice. But yeah, very, very nice. Just like toss it. Don't toss it, or you go lose some pieces. But other than that, it's a very, very nice beam boomerang. Some nice part separation, especially with the gray here with the inner frame, and then close it back up simply. Take off the clear part, and then close it back up. Other than that, those are the beam boomerangs for the Justice Gundam. And here's the last accessory for the RG Justice Gundam. This is more like a stand to help support the Fatum-00. So essentially this bottom piece here will be planted to the ground, and this piece up here will attach to the lower part of the Fatum-00. So say here. So let's try to put this in while not screwing up. Come on, get in. There we go. So we'll attach in, and then hold the back right there securely. And this only happens, you only use this stand ever, is if the RG Justice Gundam is attached to the Fatum-00's backpack itself. So yeah, so I'll show more in the next part of how this will all work out, but very, very nice added bonus to help with the already back heaviness of the RG Justice Gundam. So very great accessory that's included. But other than that, let's move on. This wraps up my accessories and weapons review for the RG Justice Gundam. So stay tuned for the next part of my review as I attach everything all together and review the entire MS together.